So good morning class. Today's lectures we're going to discuss about there is a point. The name of that point is a second order homogeneous linear ordinary differential equation with constant coefficient. Okay. So first thing is what is mean by homogeneous equation. Homogeneous equations, it means the given equation is arranged in a sequential form. That equation is called as a homogeneous equation, and second order means there is a order of that equation, it will be a second, so that's why the we call it second order equations. Okay, so the second order homogeneous equation with constant coefficient, the standard form of the equation is, so the standard form of equation is standard form of homogeneous equation. Standard form of homogeneous equation is homogeneous equation is, so here I write the standard form, that will be d2y upon dx square plus a1 of dy by dx plus a2 of y is equals to 0. So this is equation number first. So this equation is given here. The second, first here the thing is what, there is a second order derivative, so we write this term in first, that will be d2y by dx square plus a1 dy by dx plus a2 of y is equals to 0. Okay, so here these a1s and a2 both are a constant, so I write here where a1 and a2 both are constant, because it has some value, so that's why we call it both are constant. We now here we define new operator, that will be d, and an operator define an operator d as, so therefore d is equals to d by dx, d by dx. Okay, it means what, instead of d by dx we substitute the value of d. Here see d2y by dx square, but here d, here d is equals to d by dx, and what is d square is equals to d square is equals to d square by dx square. Okay, it means just square this term, then we get such a terms. Okay, so we get the value of d and d square x. Then equation 1 is written in the form of, how to write these equations, we write equations as like this. See here, I write these equations, instead of d square by dx square I write value d square. Okay, so d square of y plus a1 as it is, then instead of d by dx we put value d, a1 d of y, okay, plus a2 of y is equals to 0. Okay, so this is the equation, this modified equation. It means here we saying one sentence, that will be reduces equation 1, reduces equation 1. Why? Because instead of this we substitute value d and d square, d by dx and d square by dx square. Okay, this is equation now again we reduce this equation, because here is y, here is y, here also y, so it will be common out. So d square plus a1d plus a2, a1d plus a2 of y is equals to 0. This is the equation number next. Okay, since therefore y is not equals to 0, it means uh, it it is neglected, or if say here it will be here multiplied and it goes to opposite side, then it will be divided. So 0 by any quantity, it will be also represented as a 0. So that's why we write these equations. It simply says that the y, it will be neglected, so we write equations d square plus a1d plus a2 is equals to 0. Okay, this is equation number next. So now see this equation, uh, their general or standard form of that homogeneous equation is what, d2y by dx square, d2y by dx square plus a1 dy by dx plus a2y is equals to 0. So now we modified this equation as like d square plus a1d plus a2 is equals to 0. So we get such equations. So now thing is what, so you know this equation is what, that is auxiliary equations or characteristics equation. So equation 3 is auxiliary equation or characteristics equations or characteristics equation. Why we say this equation is above equation is auxiliary equation? Because you know the formula of auxiliary equation. This part we already done in 10th standard. There is a mathematics part first. So auxiliary equation is what? That will be represented as what? Ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. So this is a standard form of auxiliary equation. So now this equation is also form of this as like this. So there will be x square instead of x square, here is a d square. A, b, c are the some constant and it has some value. So here b is what? A1 and c is what? That will be A2. Okay, so that's why this equation number 3 is called as a ordinary auxiliary equations or characteristics equation, because it represents some characteristics at like a, b, c. Okay, so now its roots are founded by the method of factorizations. So we find out the roots of these equations by factorization method. Now we found roots. So now we found the roots by factorization methods. So it means what? How to find the roots of that given equation? That will be like this. See, therefore the d square or d is equals to minus a1, because the value of b is a1, plus or minus root of b square means a1 square, minus for a value of a it will be 1, for a c means a2, for a2 upon 2a value of a it will be also 1, so 2. So you know their roots of that equation we find out. Suppose these are the equations, this equation is the auxiliary equations, then how to find the roots? We write this equation as like this: there is equals to x is equals to minus b plus or minus x is equals to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac upon twice a. Okay, so this is the roots of that actual auxiliary equations, or this is a standard form of that auxiliary equation, and we write out the roots that will be represented as x is equals to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac upon twice a. So this is also the form of auxiliary equations. So here value of a it will be 1. Okay, value of b is a2, value of c is value of b is a1, value of c is a2. So using these equations, here variable is d. Okay, here variable is x, see, but here variable is d, so that's why we write d. Well, minus b, it means a1. Here value of b is a1, so minus a1 plus or minus b square, b is a1 square, so a1 square minus 4ac. Value of a it will be 1, c will be a2. So here write d is equals to a1 plus or minus a1 square minus 4a2 upon 2. So this is the equation number next. It will be equation 4. Okay, then if here is some conditions are related to these equations. So if the first condition is what? If a1 square is greater than 4a2, roots are real and distinct. Roots are real and distinct. It means a1 square, value of that a1 square is greater than this value, then it will be a positive value of that root. So we call it, the value will be a real and distinct. So if second condition is what? If a1 square is equals to 4a2, then roots are equal. Value of that, suppose here we put 4a2, then 4a2, 4a2 are cancel out, so roots are equal. Roots are equal. And last condition is what? If a1 square is less than 4a2, it means value of that a1 square it will be a small as compared to this, then the roots are complex conjugate pair. It means imaginary part, because in root have some value, negative value, then we call it, the factor will be a imaginary factor. So that's why we call it roots are complex or complex conjugate pair. Roots are complex conjugate pair. Okay. So now if we find out the solution of each and every cases of these equations, first, second, and third. Okay, so these are the cases are there. So now we find out the solution of this equation. So first condition is what? Let roots of equation 3 be real and distinct. Okay, roots of equation 3. Let's solve this. First condition is let roots of equation 3 be real and distinct. So we solve one by one each and every case regarding to these equations. So now if you find out if the roots are real and equal, if you find out, then how? Let m1 and m2 be the roots, because if you find out the roots of that equations 3, then we consider there is some value of that equation. So let us consider m1 and m2 be the roots of equation 3. Let m1 and m2 are the roots of equation 3. It means it have some value. You know, if you solve these equations, then what happening as like factorization method. Okay, so if we solve this equation, then we get us two types of equation, and we get two values of that equations. So m1 so means d minus m1 and d minus m2 is equals to 0, because these are the already roots, because a1s are divided. It means it gives equation for 4x square plus 3x plus 4. Then we find out the fourth factorizations, then we solve these equations. So same here, we already roots are already considered here, that will be m1 and m2. So that's why write here equation d minus m1 into d minus m2 is equals to 0. Hence these equations will be written as, and hence this equation becomes, it means we saying that will be d minus m1 and d minus m2 of y are equals to 0, because you know already here y is there, and here we say y is not equals to 0. It means y is here, just we neglected y because we define this equation in the form of auxiliary equations. So that's why we just here neglected, and again here we introduce such that y term. It means this term will be written in the form of these equations. So we call it, this equation number is the next equation, that will be a 5 equation. Okay, but here thing is what, our equation is what, here I write again this equation, what, d minus m1 of y uh, d minus m1 of y1 and d minus m2 of y2 is equals to 0. Here we separate out these equations, because you know about here m1 and m2 are the roots of this equation. So that's why we separate out this the equations. So we again modified this equation, that will be separate this equation, d minus m1 of y1 is equals to 0 and d minus m2 of y2 is equals to 0. Okay, so you know what is d, you already know the definitions of d. D is defined as what, d is equals to small d, d by dx. So now we again modify these equations, then what we get, instead of this d we substitute d by dx. So d by dx minus m1 of y1 is equals to 0 and d by dx minus m2 of y2 is equals to 0. So we get these two types of equation. So let us solve this first, this equation. Let us solve this equation, these equations. Okay, so what we get, see, d by dx minus m1 of y1 is equals to 0. Okay, so we multiply this dy1 upon dx minus m1 of y is equals to 0. So what we get now, dy by dx, this term is here negative, it goes to opposite side, then it will be positive, equals to m1 of y. Okay, so now there y m1 of y1, this y1 will be here multiplied. Okay, it comes to this side, then it will be divided, so we get dy1 upon y1 into m1 of dx. So this dx goes to this side, then it will be simply multiplied. Okay, so dy1 upon y1 is equals to m1 of dx. After that we taking the integration of, after that we take the integration of this equation. So now this equation number is, I think 5 is completed, and this equation number is equation 6. Okay, so integrate above equation, integrate above equation. So what we have, if you integrate this equation, then dy1 upon y1 is equals to m1 dx, sorry, not a delta x, that will be dx. So now you know differentiation is what, that is 1 of here I write formula 1 upon integration of 1 upon x dx. It means integration of dx upon x, the value will be ln of x, ln of x. So same here, here write here we take integration and we write the value will be what, and that will be ln of x, ln of y1. This m1 is a constant, so it is out of integration, and integration symbol right here. Plus here I taking the ln of c1, so that's why here ln of y1, and here we use the constant, that will be ln of c1, and integration of this will be what, ln of y1 is equals to m1x, because integration, plus ln of c1. Why here we take integration constant with ln? Because here the term on opposite side, it will be comes in the format of ln, so that's why we use here constant, it will be ln of c1. Now this constant is here what, uh, added, now it comes to opposite side, that it will be subtracted. So ln of y1 minus ln of c1 is equals to m1x. Okay, so now you know the log property, it will be what, log a minus log b is written as what, log of a by b, this equals to log of a by b. So same situations is here, or same formula we apply in this equation. So what we get ln of y1, ln of y1 upon c1 is equals to m1 of x. Okay, so now we removing log on both sides, removing log, then what happen, if you remove the log, then second opposite side of that equation, it will be goes to, you know, raised to power, e raised to something power. So that will be represented as, if you remove the log, then y1 upon c1 is equals to e raised to m1 of x. So now this here we find out the values of y1, because our solutions is what for the y1 terms. Okay, so y1 is equals to what, y1 is equals to, this c1 is goes to this side, then it will be simply multiplied, c1 e raised to m1 of x. So here we get value of these equations. This equation number 7. So y1, similarly here I write value, similarly y2 is equals to c2 e raised to m2x. This is equation number 8, because if we solve this equation as like this, then what we get, instead of that y1 y2 y1, here will be y2, and instead of m1 here will be m2. See, instead of what, instead of m1 here is m2, instead of y1 here is y2. So that's why we directly write the solution of this equation. It will be y1 is equals to c1 e raised to m1x, and solution of that this equation it will be what, y2 is equals to c2 e raised to m2 of x. Okay, so this is first stage is completed. It means which time we find out such a types of solutions, when our roots, let roots of equations 3, it will be real and equal, real and distinct. That time we find out the solution of that equation in the form of, in the form as like this. That will be, here we give the value of y1 and value of y2. Okay, now according to principle of superposition, according to principle of superposition, what is principle of superposition? Principle of superposition means there will be value is added. It means total y is equals to y1 plus y2. This is next equation number 9. So see here, we already find out the values of equations that will be y, what is y1 and y2. So here we apply the principle of superposition. Principle of superposition, it means we just add these two values, that will be y1 plus y2, then we get a total equations or the solution of that equation. It will be what, c y is equals to, value of y1 is what, c1 e raised to m1x plus c2 a raised to m2x. So this is the final equation, and this c1 and c2 is what, where c1 and c2 are arbitrary constant, arbitrary constant. Okay, so next lectures we discuss about the next case, that will be what, if a1 a2 roots are equal. Now here we are discussing about total case, that will be what, roots of equation it will be real and distinct. On next lectures we discuss about if roots are equal, then what is the solution of that given equations. Okay, if you have any doubt or any suggestion, then you include in a comment box. Okay, thank you.